Guys, what up? It is Carlin, man. I wanted to document what I've gone through over the last month. If you follow me on Instagram, you'd see that I had like an injury in my wrist, hyperextended my wrist, and then I started having weird like neck and like spinal issues, almost like my fingers were tingling, like my fingertips felt like they were itching, and they actually weren't. Um, it was some nerve stuff that started happening. I really couldn't play. It was hurting to play, especially in my right arm. And I've never been through anything like that before. I don't know where it came from. I don't know why it happened or whatever. I've never had any injuries, no accidents, no operations, no surgeries or nothing like that in my life. I've never sprained an ankle or pulled anything even. So this came out of nowhere, man. And it was a crazy feeling because I couldn't play drums, and this is how I make my living. This is how I take care of my family. I have two beautiful daughters. It was just crazy not to be able to play and missing work, missing sessions, and you know, um, it's just crazy, man. It came out of nowhere, so I kind of wanted to document the journey and let you guys know what I actually learned from the whole experience. Number one, I learned that never take for granted, man, just the ability to hit a drum. If you follow me on Instagram, you know that I made a post and I was talking about never forget the feeling when you're just like, or appreciate the feeling when you're in a room by yourself, just playing drums, right? Just you by yourself, playing to some music and really just enjoying the music. And before you have a big gig, before you're on a big stage, before you're doing anything else, like just learn to appreciate the feeling of just being in your room by yourself and appreciating the gift of music and the gift of rhythm and you being able to actually just hit a drum and enjoy yourself just playing drums, man. Big crowds are cool. It's cool to travel and everything, but it all starts in that room by yourself. And when I wasn't able to do that, it was just a crazy feeling. Like I was on Instagram watching my friends play, and I'm like, man, what a great feeling that is to just be able to hit a drum. Like, just be grateful, man, that when you wake up every morning and you have the activity of your limbs, like, and you can swing your arms and move your fingers and move your legs, like, be grateful for that, man. Like, if nothing's ever happened to you before and you've never had any issues, you may not just know how much of a blessing it is to be able to play. If you've never been paralyzed, you don't know what it feels like to not be able to walk. Think about how bad people may want to be able to walk. So I'm just saying, just the gift of music. It doesn't matter if you don't have all the chops in the world or anything, man. Just appreciate the gift of being in the room and enjoying the gift of music. The good vibrations and you being able to play and bring rhythm into this world, man. But number two, this taught me about paying attention to my posture, correct technique when playing drums. I noticed some things like when I was playing, like you're supposed to play with your palm down. Like if you're striking the drum, I was watching Dom Famulero's a Drumeo lesson. Shout out to Drumeo.com. He was talking about the different grips: French grip, German grip, and American grip. And so when you're playing hard, you're more so playing German grip. He talked about how that music used to be really loud, so they had to turn their palm over to get the power. So, and even shout out to my bro Thomas Pridgeon. It's like when you drive a car, you drive like this because you have more range of motion. You don't drive a car like this because your range of motion is like not as great as it could be. And there's sometimes like when you play drums, you need to move your fingers and more. It's okay to do that stuff like jazz, but if you're playing with power, play palm down. There was times where I was hitting my floor tom, and my hand would be like this. You know what I mean? And so you could see how that could be like if you're hitting a drum like that, because one snare to floor tom, like quick stuff. If you play chops like that, like that's incorrect technique, man. So make sure you're moving parallel to the drum, not parallel, but your hand is almost on. If you're playing powerful stuff, make sure that your technique is correct. So I would encourage everyone to look into technique, man. Make sure you're playing right so that you can make sure that you extend the life of your drumming career or just drumming period, man. If you play drums, you want to be able to play forever, man. You know, you can be 70, 75 years old just still hitting drums and enjoying making rhythm, you know what I mean? So definitely pay attention to technique. And so I guess those are the two biggest things, man. To be honest with you and transparent, dude, I broke down one day, man. I was listening to a message from my pastor, and he was talking about what he was going through when he was fighting cancer, and just the thoughts that go through your head. It's hard, man, to start putting pressure back on that injury again, or and it was a mental battle for me to start playing with my right arm again, because I'm like, all my mind has known over the last few months is just like pain when I hit with that arm. So I'm slowly now, I'm leaving the chiropractor now. This was my 5th treatment, so I feel pretty good. Glory to God. Like, I feel pretty good, and like, I think I'm gonna be okay. So I'm slowly working my muscles back into shape, and just playing a little bit. And like I said, I missed almost like a month of church. So, I haven't been uploading or anything like that in a while. So I just wanted to share my story, man. Just be grateful, for your ability to play drums or whatever you play, whatever it is, just be grateful, man, for that ability every day, even if you're in a room by yourself. Everybody that's playing on the big stage, it started in a small room, like by ourselves, you know what I'm saying? So appreciate that time. That's where dreams are like really cultivated and passion is cultivated. So never forget those times when you're in the room. Like, don't take that for granted when you just enjoy. You're in a groove and the music is feeling so good in a small room, in your garage, wherever you are by yourself. Don't look past that to just want to be on the big stage. Appreciate where you are, like right now, in that small bedroom, in that garage, in that shed, in that storage space, wherever you are, man. Appreciate the times when you're playing by yourself and you're enjoying it, because you never know, anything could happen. One bad car accident, whatever, and anything can be taken away from you. So if you have the activity of your limbs and you're able to play, enjoy that, man, and appreciate that. So yeah, man, I think that's it. I've been to 2 different doctors, and like I said, 4 or 5 chiropractors. I've got some back adjustments, some neck adjustments to make sure that I didn't have any pinched nerves, like pinching down on my back and my nervous system and stuff like that. It was crazy feeling, guys. It was a crazy feeling to have your fingers tingling or feel like your fingertips itching, and they're not itching. It's just the nerves inside of your body, and there's nothing that you could technically do about it at the time. So I told my wife, I was like, yo, I need to get to chiropractor right away, and so here I am on the other side of that thing, and I'm just really grateful that it was nothing super serious. All my x-rays came back negative. The doctor thought I had something disc apostrophe or some weird, I can't even pronounce it, to where you have pinched nerves and stuff, and he took my x-ray. He was like, your x-ray looks great. He was like, I even sent it to some of my friends that are experts, and he was like, nothing, they said that everything looked great on their end too. So here I am, guys, on the other end of this thing. I'm grateful to God, man. I was praying, like I said, I broke down, man. I started crying one day, just like, yo, in my head, I'm like, is it over? Is this how it, you know what I'm saying? Is this what I'm, and mentally I just pray and snap my mind back into shape. Like, some things, you like, why is this happening to me? Why do bad things happen to good people or whatever? You know what I mean? So I'm just grateful to be on the other side of this thing, and I just really wanted to just share the journey. And it's giving me a new sense of motivation. Like, yo, whatever you're gonna do, you better do it now. And I've already been doing as much as I can do, especially with my kids home during quarantine. They just went back to school. I'm grateful for that. When they went back to school, that's when all of this started. So that was crazy. My kids were home for a whole year because of the pandemic, and then this happened, and I was almost like paralyzed in a sense where I couldn't play. I didn't want to, move any type of weird way. So, man, I'm just grateful, man. And for everybody who's watching this, I didn't say too much about it on Facebook or YouTube, but my Instagram like community knows. And if you were praying for me, if you sent me helpful tips, I'm so grateful for community, man. Never look past your community. It doesn't matter if you have 600 followers or what. So many people sent me helpful videos of like stretches for nerves and just taking people advice about, you know, their past injuries and stuff that happened. And I was literally able to put a little time map, a puzzle together, what it could have been for me, you know. And that's how I ended up at the chiropractor, and my chiropractor got me straight. So shout out to Arrowhead Clinic in Lithia Springs, Georgia. It's on Thornton Road. So, you know, if you are in Atlanta, Georgia, come by here and they'll get you right, man. They literally brought my career back to life, man, because I didn't know, like, what the heck is going on. I can't play. It hurts. My fingers are tingling and acting weird. So I'm just grateful. I just wanted to share that with you guys. So, man, look out for new content. I'm really about to get serious about my YouTube game, sharing more value. You can't take your experiences and your lessons to the grave, man. So you might as well just give them out and share, man. So that's what I'm getting ready to do. So, thank you guys for listening, and I just wanted to share that. You guys have a great day. Peace.